I would challenge my colleague from Florida to create a coalition that tries to actually get a victory for the American people. If he wants to have a personal thing with me going back and forth, he's entitled to, but I don't care about that foolishness. I want to win.
So is winning, staying open, spending more, is that really winning, Congressman?
Let me assure you, I have no personal issue with Byron Donalds. I did oppose the continuing resolution because I would oppose any continuing resolution. I would oppose the greatest continuing resolution ever drafted if you have to cast one vote, up or down, on funding all of these disparate agencies of government, from the Department of Education to the Department of Labor to our troops and our veterans. So this isn't personal, but we have to now realize that Kevin McCarthy has put us behind the 8 ball. We have had control of the House of Representatives for 8 months, and we did not stay on schedule moving spending bills to advance our priorities and constrain the out-of-control actions of this Biden regime. And because we haven't done that, because we've failed, now everyone's back's against the wall. So the way out of that is not to revert to the old corrupt muscle memory of Washington, D.C. with continuing resolutions. The way forward is to have single subject spending bills, and we should start tonight. We should cancel every weekend. We should work 12-hour days if necessary, and then we have to deal with the leaders who put us in this bad spot in the first place.
Stop making so much damn sense, Congressman. You're right. You're 100% right. You hold the checkbook. Stop writing the checks just because you don't want to, the government's going to shut down. The American people don't really care. I mean, politicians care because they want their paychecks, but there's ways to work around a shutdown in government and still get what you want, Congress. You're right. Stay strong, in my opinion, folks. I'm just here to do an opinion show right here. I agree with you. You mentioned leadership. Kevin McCarthy was on with Maria Bartiromo on Sunday. Took a little bit of a shot at you. Take a listen.
It's not something I lay out there that Matt's mad about an ethics complaint. It's an ethics complaint that happened in the last Congress that Matt went to other members saying, I'm going to try to influence Kevin to get involved in an ethics committee. I can't do it. Yeah. It's illegal.
It's pretty extraordinary.
It's not something I will be a part of.
Well, I'm not sure what that last piece of it right there was, but Congressman, afterwards you said something like, and I know this is ongoing. Like, I think you're looking for an opportunity to do a vote to remove the speaker's gavel from his hand, which I personally would welcome. But tell us what's going on with you and McCarthy.
Well, in that particular clip, Kevin was lying. There's no other way to put it. I have never asked Kevin McCarthy or anyone else to interfere in an ethics matter. I am the most investigated man in Congress. The FBI and DOJ, who hate me, investigated me for 3 years and didn't find so much as an unpaid parking ticket that they wanted to bring any action against me. So this is just Kevin deflecting from his own failures. It's not an ethics committee matter that led us to be here without our appropriations bills passed. And this is also a pattern, Eric, because when I was critical of Kevin's leadership, I'm just an ethically challenged congressman. But then when Victoria Spartz, a congresswoman from Indiana, came forward and said, no, I too agree with Matt Gaetz that it's Kevin McCarthy who failed us. Well, then he said, well, she's just a quitter. Now, this is a woman who said that she was going to be returning to her family because they needed her, and Kevin called her a quitter. Meanwhile, when a man in Congress actually left in the middle of his term, Chris Stewart, Kevin McCarthy didn't call him a quitter. So he's been reckless and unhinged and rattled and misogynist in how he's attacked those who are making a substantive argument. Here's what no one has explained to me. Why didn't we have our single subject appropriations bills ready? And I think it's because this is not a bug of the system, it's a feature. Because the lobbyists and the special interests who buy people off in this town don't want individual review of programs. They want it all lumped together.
Indeed. You can hide a lot of stuff in a continuing resolution or a budget deal. Congressman, do you want the speakership?
No. I have no interest in running for speaker. I just want the Congress to do its actual work. I think there are other people that have better leadership skills than I do. I don't want to man the wheel, but when necessary, I know how to be the rudder to help guide this thing and to keep us on course, and we got to get back on course.
Well, you certainly are the rudder. You certainly are in deep in the water, keeping it on the right course. Hopefully the rudder's strong enough and doesn't get broken off. You want to run for Florida governor? There's some chatter about that.
We have a governor in Florida. He's doing a great job, and
Yes,
he's
we
going to
do.
be the governor
And he
until
is.
2026. I'm working real hard, in fact, to make sure he's the governor until 2026. But look, I mean,
after
that's 3
2026,
years from now.
Congressman, after
That is 3 years from
2026.
now. I am hoping that we still have a country 3 years from now. I believe I am exactly where I am supposed to be in the House of Representatives. I'm making no plan to run for any other position. I am trying to make a plan to get our fiscal house in order to save the country.
Well, it's a great plan, and again, I support you. I'm giving you a little bit of the business because I don't want you to come on here and say I give you softballs. But it's something you've talked about and thought about, the Florida governor. No.
Plenty of people in Tallahassee when I was there this last week were razzing me. They were former colleagues in the legislature, and they were, I think, being overly laudatory in trying to encourage me to seek the governorship. But it's really not something I'm thinking about. It's 3 years away. And if we lose the global reserve currency in the next 3 years, we will be in such a worse position. Frankly, I don't know that anybody would elect me to so much as dog catcher. So I'm not worried about a job 3 years from now. I'm working on my job now.
You're saying DeSantis, governor of Florida, is doing a great job. Would he do a great job as president?
I think Ron DeSantis will probably be president one day. It's not going to be in 2024 because in this particular moment, we need Donald Trump in the White House. But Ron has good leadership skills. He's done a good job in the state. He has a record that will be continue to be a part of the story he will tell, and he's a young man in his 40s. So I'm going to be the biggest Ron DeSantis fan when he gets back to Florida. The presidential contest seems to be working out the way I'd like it to work out, with Donald Trump winning the primary and then beating Joe Biden in the general.
Okay. I agree with you on just about everything you said, except he's not going to run against Joe Biden because Biden won't even be there, my friend. Congressman.
You got Newsom? Are you betting on Newsom or Kamala? I got to know.
I think it's going to be Michelle Obama.
Ooh.
Crazy.
Ooh. Hot take, Eric Bolling.
Hot take. Congressman Matt Gaetz, good talking to you. I'll see you again soon.
See you, my friend.
All right, folks.